But kind of to go back to this idea of, really discussion being thinking of our kind of technology that we support typically in the IT world. And when servers, again, whether that's on-site or putting in cloud servers, data center, Azure, AWS, things like that, and thinking through the question of, is it feasible for small businesses to go truly serverless, to move over to services? So I usually like to start of just like a history, and this might be, things that if your background's strong in technology, you know a lot about, but for like small businesses who might not be as familiar, I love talking about just like, what's the traditional workplace look like? Like when we think about what does the traditional workplace look like? 8 to 5 physical desks, what kind of comes to mind for all of you? For what are we supporting? What does the workstation look like? What do users expect? What do employees expect?
One of the things that, like, who's calling? Not like, I mean, just in general, is it an IT person that has the desire? Is it an owner? Is it like what type of, or is it all of them? Like who reaches out to your organization to work together?
So it's typically operations, right? I mean, to me, and that kind of goes back to the traditional workplace, is our HR admin operations people are trying to make a decision to say, I don't care how the work, I mean, I don't care about the gigabytes on this and the megabytes and the speed. I just want it to work, right? I have functions in my business that need to take place. It's like that whole discussion of benefits versus features. We get so focused on explaining the features of something, and all they care is that it can show me this beautiful picture in less than 2 seconds.
Yeah. So they're more that they're transitioning away from the classic, I'm going to worry about buying servers every 3 years and storage every 3 to 5 years. And they're more saying, this is the compute I need. This is the speed I need. This is the capacity. How can we do this a different way? Is that kind of what you are encountering, or is it something different?
Well, and I would say even like that breakdown that you just gave of these are the speeds and this is that, they're actually saying, I need to open Excel. I need to get on a Zoom call at the same time. I need to do a PowerPoint. And if I get bored, I need to jump over to a YouTube video and watch it over here at the same time. And so I want 2 monitors and I want it to all work at the same time. So in terms of like hard drive space and speed of sometimes those discussions take place, but a lot of times, again, it's those benefits of like, this is what I need to do. I don't care the technology that does it. Can you help me figure that out? Like what should be the technology?
So you're actually helping. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, so when we kind of get into that discussion of, well, okay, where do you work? Do you want to have the ability to work from anywhere? Do you want to, are you in the office because you have to, because of your technology, or because you want to for collaboration? Because I think being in the office is a great thing. I mean, I think that there's a relationship building that takes place, but I think being in the office because you have to, because your technology doesn't allow you to work somewhere else, may not be a great thing, because then you get less flexibility when somebody just needs a week to work at home for a period of time or travel and things like that.
When you're working with businesses, do you find that at some point during your discussion of how you can help them, is there an aha moment that they have? And if so, what is it? Or is there not really an aha moment? It's more of a moment.
Yeah. So, and maybe we can go into this a little bit. Like, to me, the cloud is still very misunderstood. So usually the first aha moment is like, what is the cloud? Like just really explaining it in a way that someone can understand of there's cloud, like the basic way I explain it is like there's cloud computing and there's cloud services. So when I'm talking about is cloud services. So sometimes when we think about, like when I can get a client to understand, like, we're not talking about managing servers still in the cloud, but now it's cloud computing and in private cloud and public cloud. And then a lot of times I lose them, you can see it in their eyes. We're talking about, hey, you need to open up this file because you're in sales and you want to be able to travel. Well, what if I said, okay, you have a computer, you have internet access, let's use Dropbox. That's all you need. Or, okay, you also need email and calendars. Well, then this is what Microsoft 365 is. And a lot of times those aha moments just come from explaining things like the difference between Microsoft 365 and Windows 365. And let's talk about Microsoft's like naming schemes and issues with branding, but right. And then like Office 365, which doesn't actually exist, and just plain Office and perpetual licenses, like that whole discussion for people of just helping them wrap their brain around how tech companies have named things and what they actually mean. They start kind of piecing things together like, oh, so I don't actually need a perpetual license if I'm paying for Microsoft 365. I don't actually need Dropbox if I have SharePoint. Oh, I don't actually need Like, what is Active Directory doing for you if the only thing you ever do is have your users go online and go to Microsoft 365?